just thing, thing. The American journalist got killed with a whole bunch of dogs. People know the photograph. Garage attack. So you can see like the pattern of house completely burned to the ground. Down. You can see like the blocks, the structure. See, and it's brave. They went and were like, give me a gun and accept like I will die, but you will not take my home. How long you have your rifle? Like 2 days. These are the best guys. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, it's totally brave.
Hello, my name is Yulia Mendel. I'm a Ukrainian journalist, and here we are in the KyivPost studio to talk to the photographer Christopher Occhicone, who actually was shooting all that was happening since the beginning of Russian invasion in 2022. Christopher, thank you for being here with us. So first of all, I would like to know your experience through this war. What were you doing before? Did you believe the war would happen? And how your life changed when the war came in Ukraine?
So I should tell you, like, I'm here since 2014. I was photographing the war from the beginning, from August. Did I believe it would happen? So I will tell you, like, most of my friends are guys from Right Sector and nationalist guys, and you know, my best friend, Francouz, is fighting with Right Sector right now. You know, he, for years, like, if not today, tomorrow, they hate us, they're coming, they will come, people need to be prepared, you know? And you hear this, and there's a certain amount of normalization of situation in Donbass. Like, you would go there, you'd stay for a few weeks, you'd come back, and Kyiv totally normal. Nobody really, at least, it's not affecting regular life, and you go about your business, and you think like, that'll never happen here because it's a normal place. And I never knew, okay, I was never in Donetsk, but I never knew like Avdiivka, for example, like pretty big city. I never knew it before the war, so to me it was always like that, you know? And now you see like it can happen here. But did I think it was gonna happen? No, I thought like they were exaggerating a bit. Not so much about the desire, Russia's desire to do it, but like, the gall, the brazenness, the balls on Putin, just to like, to come here and try that. No, I didn't think it would happen. When it started, I had been shooting regularly for the Wall Street Journal, and I live right in I have an apartment, I'm a resident of Ukraine, and I have an apartment right in the center, and they wanted to bring the team, different writers, fixers, drivers, everybody into the Hyatt, so everybody's together because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it could happen any day. I said, my friend said, like, you know, it can happen tomorrow or the next day or another time, like, but it's coming. And I woke up, you know, they said, like, it's surely coming tonight, our security guys, and this is, you know, the intelligence they have. And I took a shower and, like, got dressed, like, with my pants with the knee pads and my boots and everything tight, in case, like, we need to start working, like, we don't know. And lay down on top of the bed, like, and I fall asleep, and I just hear poof. And like the same time the phone rings, and it's this friend, he's like, I told you, you know? I don't remember exactly what he said, but basically, I told you, it's starting. I told you, you know? And he did. He's not so much predicting the day, but just predicting like, it's going to happen. No, I just couldn't imagine it. Like this, like rockets on Kyiv, no, can't imagine. Like when you see Irpin, I have friends from Donetsk that were fighting. I'm like, okay, like we will move for a more peaceful life. My friend Maxime just finished building a house. Got a 9-month pregnant wife, maybe she had the baby, and now, like, very pregnant wife, moved there, just finished remodeling his house, and like, peaceful life. And then...
Did the house survive?
Oh no, it's totally destroyed. Okay. No, nothing left. No, like you can find like a burnt mattress. No, gone.
So, how has your life changed? Have you stayed in Kyiv? Did you travel around the country? What did you see? Who did you meet? Which stories were about?
Lots of people. No, we didn't travel around the country so much. There was a lot of work to do around Kyiv in the beginning. I was really involved in the evacuation of Irpin. So, you know, there's the bridge, but we were going into the city with like local volunteers, and they're bringing people to the bridge. So we were kind of doing that part. And then the American journalist got killed, and his partner got shot. Like, we helped with the evacuation of him. I just happened to be with medics. And after that, the journal was like, maybe you shouldn't be going there anymore. And the mayor of Irpin kind of cut it off, and you couldn't get in. So then we were just kind of focusing on stuff other people were photographing, but still very powerful, and kind of going with some different medical group, like volunteer medics evacuating people, leaving the city. You know, it was panic. It almost seems now it's so normal outside that, like, hard to believe a few weeks ago.
I just wanted, we've got a lot of sounds here, and I wanted to explain where the sounds come from. Tank Tank, come here, come here. Oh, what a doggy. Can we show him? Can you come, please, to Christopher? Ooh,
Oh, I think he's a little slippery for his
gosh,
paws. You don't
yes,
like
he's
it.
slippery. Nobody expected that. Hi.
No, and he's
So
got a little
this
scar in
is-
his belly. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, do you want to take him?
No, just hold on.
It's just
It's
like a doggy,
You don't
and
look
we
so
will
happy.
let him go now because probably
He
he's
looks very
sleeping.
stressed.
Yeah, but he is really okay here. I've been with him like for 2 days, and this is actually Christopher's dog. New
He's
dog,
my
right?
dog for the last 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So Christopher, tell us the story. This is Tank. His name is Tank, but
Yeah.
he's Tank like for how long? For a week? For
Yeah,
2
nobody
weeks?
knows what his name was before, what his story was, backstory. It's a funny thing. So this is how he came to be in my possession. I had taken a photograph of a young woman crossing the bridge in Irpin with a whole bunch of dogs, and I think, people know the photograph.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy. Actually, kind of went, I don't know, it became a symbol, and Ukrainian government's using it like in a worldwide campaigns to promote Ukrainian cause and bravery campaigns. And there's another British Lebanese journalist, and we started talking. He's like, I took a viral picture of a dog. I was like, so did I. And his dog, he found him in Bucha. He was just surrounded by tanks. I think his owner was killed. And he took him. He's just like, I can't leave this poor dog. He had a bunch of bites around his neck from clearly from bigger dogs. He was injured, scared, freaked out. So he took him, but he's going back to England. And he was like, do you know anybody who wants him? And I keep joking that for years, 2 or 3 years, that I wanted a sausage dog. Because when I'm stressed out and feel sad, I have a playlist on Instagram of just like stupid dogs, like silly with hats and stuff. I was like, one day I will get one of these dogs. And
then the day came.
And like all of this strange, coincidences brought me to meet this guy. And I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to keep him, how I'm going to take care of him, but like, I'll figure that out. Come on, buddy.
I think it wasn't difficult to choose the name, right? As he was found among the tanks.
He was among the tanks, yeah. And I guess this guy,
You're so
Oz,
cutie.
journalist, had posted on it. He's got a big Twitter following and said, whoever can come up with a good name will take the first name.
Okay.
And so somebody was like, oh, it's Tanks.
So
And
that's
it's kind of
the
ironic 'cause
story
he's a
of
little-
a dog from
That's
Bucha,
him, yeah.
where all these atrocities from Russians
Yeah.
happened. And this is actually the story of a dog who found. You told that you traveled not only to the Kyiv region, but also to Chernihiv, which
Yeah.
is in the north.
Yeah, we just came back
What's
from
happening there?
You can see the damage, and you're talking to people and just finding out their stories, of course. And there's people. We met a couple of different people. We met a guy, Yaroslav. He lives in Kyiv now, but his family is in Chernihiv, and they're lucky. They have a little bit more than everybody else, And he's coming, young guy, coming as volunteer. And I mean, like everything they have, they're just giving to people. We ran into him yesterday on the outskirts of the city. There's sections like maybe 5 streets this way, 5 streets this way. Every house, maybe sometimes like one strange house. Like, how did this not get hit? And you can see like it's grot attack. So you can see like the pattern of, of how the, multiple launch system rockets, like how they just like dun, 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 dun. And the holes are there and houses, everything burned out. And you're talking to people. And like obviously the blood is cleaned up. But then, people are like, oh, look on the wall there. You see like, it's clearly like organs and blood on the wall. So there's still this, and then the people's taking whatever they can find. And we met this a granny and her grandson. The kid's 12 years old named Daniel. I have a son, 13 years old named Daniel. So like this already like a little bit. And I first started to talk to her, and I can usually charm grannies pretty good. This is one of my areas of expertise. And she had like gorgeous blue eyes. And I was like, you have beautiful eyes. And she was like, I used to have a beautiful, she's swearing, fucking house. And Russians destroyed it. Go, like, don't talk to me. Go and take pictures of the house. And like, we're going around. I meet this volunteer, and she's coming by. She was waiting for humanitarian aid. And then she's coming by on a bicycle, and it's like, blah, 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 like, come and see this. Like, of course, this is what I'm looking for her. But she also looking for me. So it's nice. This grandson is close with both father and stepfather. One was cyborg in Donetsk airport, and one is fighting. The other one just veteran, and they're both fighting now. House completely burned to the ground. She said the Russians came, took their pigs, slaughtered them, and had a barbecue. She hid a cow. I'm not sure how and where you hide a cow, but she said she hid the cow. She saw the cow, and that's all she has. Her house was completely flattened. It was like, you can't even imagine there was a house there, just bricks. And like random, a pot. Okay, that was the kitchen. Like everything melted. Tractor melted. you know, and this kid, so her daughter shot in the belly and shot shrapnel to the belly and lost a leg. Like, this kid's life is very sad. And, you know, and here's, I think, an interesting thing. Most people we talk to were like, look, we're close to the border. This is what they're telling me. Like, yes, that like we just thought they were our brothers. Like, they're just like us. They're the same, in the same condition, in the same, you know, same mentality. I know they understand, like, it's not the case. But this kid, and Putin did you all a favor. He's George Washington. He made Ukraine. Like, there's no going back, in my opinion. You know, they made everybody agree on one thing. The guy we met, like, he'd take us to his building. There's, I don't know, 200 apartments. Nothing. The building needs to come down. You can see, like, the blocks, the structure. Some people are staying there with no electric, no water, no gas. Yeah, just temporary. So everybody should be pretty angry.
Like, I wonder, you know, intelligence sources were saying that Ukraine would fall, like, in several days or several hours. We are already in 2 months of war. And why do you think it happened that everybody underestimated, or the Ukrainian people showed a lot of bravery, or is it about leadership or overestimation of Russian army? What was the reason that the predictions were so different from the
reality?
I
have no idea. It's just like asking my opinion. I mean, I don't know. My opinion, I think, completely overestimated Russian army. Like, they're the second biggest army in the world. That don't mean they're the second best.
Do you think Ukrainian people are brave after what we
so like, yeah, of course brave. But then, like, Russia invaded, they went and took, and this is brave, it's crazy and it's brave. They went and were like, give me a gun and accept, like, I will die, but you will not take my home. So what can you say except these are the best guys, you know what I mean? And like, with some training, God knows what's possible for them. And then me and a Polish photographer, on the third day, we heard there was a battle at the zoo in the middle of the night, near the zoo. So we drive around and just like slowly, next thing you know, we just, we're right in the middle of it. And we start talking to guys on the fringe of the battle. It's like on Paramoha Avenue. And we're like, just over the, you know, like the grassy knoll. It's a firefight, RPGs. Jesus Christ, it's the middle of Kyiv. It's the third day of war. And they're already penetrating, like, what can happen? And the next morning, first of all, we're talking to guys. The next day, somebody goes, no, I was in the army for a couple of years. I was in wherever, in Donbass for a year. And they know how to handle the rifles. Half the guys were like, how long you have your rifle? Like, 2 days. End of story. They were ready. Like, they need to learn, but like, they weren't scared at all. I mean, they faced the fear. Like, nobody ran away, you know? These are guys, like, you came into somebody's house. What do you think was going to happen? There's just going to be fiercer. Like, is it brave? Is it just like what anybody would do? I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, no. I mean, come on, it's totally brave.
Well, Christopher, thank you for all these stories. They like really take us to the ground where everything was happening, and your experience is really very interesting and appreciative.
Thank you.
So we were talking here in the KyivPost studio to Christopher Occhicone, the photographer who has been covering Ukraine, the military conflict in Donbass, and the war, Russian large-scale war against Ukraine that happened in 2022. Thank you for being with us.